The most important question to ask yourself as Bitcoin rises past 69K is this is a breakout or going to be another fake out? Hey guys, it's Keith Allen, and we are back after the weekend of consolidation and really things playing out about like I expected them to. And I'll elaborate that here in a second. Let me just go ahead and fade out of this music. And we've got a tight day. So we're going to jump in real quick. You know, Bitcoin pushing past longstanding resistance at 69K. You got to ask yourself, is this going to be the one? Is this going to be the legitimate breakout? Or are we looking at another fake out? To get a better sense of that and where things may go from here, we're going to analyze what got us here in the first place. But I'll be honest with you, as I was writing my written analysis, literally, price dipped back down below 69K. So doesn't necessarily mean it's all over because we've reclaimed that level, already. But it's definitely presents some questions here. So, last week as Bitcoin was approaching the monthly close, I talked about the likelihood that those predatory killer whales were going to come out and gamify the monthly and weekly closes, which of course they did. And, kind of in line with those typical weekend whale games and the wild west of crypto. I also discussed the possibility of round tripping the range and potentially going after 69K for the weekly close, since we, of course, things faded and we had a fake out on the 31st. So didn't quite get it for the monthly close. Things faded back to the 21 to around the 21-day moving average. And, we've continued to consolidate here. So some interesting things have happened, in this whole process here. And I said at the top of this that I to get a better sense of where things might go, I want to get a sense of where we've been. And so let's just go straight to the candle chart here for starters, and then we'll get into some liquidity and fire charts and see how things have kind of presented themselves. So bear with me one moment here, and we will get the candle chart up on TradingView. And, as if we go all the way back to when we cleared 69K the first time and we got into this all-time high territory, we made a new all-time high up here. This is at what, 73, almost 74K, 73,800 just about. And our swing low since then has been down at 56.5, which I've been maintaining. This is just too big of a range for me to consider it a consolidation range. I mean, technically maybe it is, but I wanted to see something tighter. So we've had this series of failed attempts to flip 69K. Obviously, things broke down significantly when we came through both the 21-day and the 50-day moving averages. Came down here, actually wicked below the 100-day moving average. This is actually beginning of May. And then in one candle, we reclaimed them all on May 15th. Mid-May, one candle shoots back up through all of them and retest support at the 50-day. And from there, that has been kind of our local bottom at around 65K. Remember, we still have our lowest low at 56.5 that we're hoping to avoid, at least if you're bullish, you are. Although I wouldn't mind going back there to pick up a few more sats at that rate. But technically speaking, you see where the 50-day moving average is holding here. And then, of course, we had another big wick here. This was on May 20th that took us past 69K. Things, think people got excited here. And, of course, it broke down again. In the recent breakdowns, let's say that puts us up above 66K here. Right. And most recently, we've been testing this green 21-day moving average, and that has us in the 67K range, which we tested here all the way through last week. On the 31st, we actually wicked below it. And I think this is all part of the shakeout that I talk about happening, right? These little wicks are designed to shake people out. And so, this to me is a beautiful consolidation range. Even if we say 65K, look where the red 50-day moving average is right now. That's right around 65K. I'm much happier with this 65 to 70, 72 or so than I am with, 74K down to 56. So this would be a healthy range to consolidate, in my opinion, and I'm happy to do that for an extended period of time. And, well, I suggest you get comfortable with that because that may be what's happening here. So as we look at what's happened today, I want to break this down a little bit, maybe even go into um, some uh, some tighter candles here, and you can see uh, we have had some moments of greatness up as high as 70,250 ish, and come back down below the 69K level several times, right? So this could continue, obviously. But what are the mechanics of it that are going to hold it up? Well, that would be liquidity, of course, right? And by the way, on the weekly time frame, we did not get um, a green weekly close here this week. And I don't think we got any new signals from trend precognition. We did not. Let's see what the A1 is doing. So the A1 slope line here, really coming off of its trajectory a little bit. So that means, when we had this deeper, let me extend this a little bit. Okay, I kind of view strength of these moves of this orange A1 slope line is a real time indicator. It moves in real time, and it shows the direction of momentum and the strength of momentum. So when you have vertical lines or near vertical lines, that's more strength, and when they start to come off of that trajectory, that is some softening of that strength. So if we consider this to maybe mean that there was quite bearish strength and velocity heading downward, and now bears are losing a little bit of momentum. All right, and we're seeing that obviously in the price action right now. Um, and we can also see on the MACD the momentum might be shifting if we see a continuation here. So again, what's it take to stay up here? Very simply, it takes liquidity. And we have got, okay, if this is 65K here, we see more coming in above 66. Here's 67. Let's see if I can, there we go. But guess what we don't have? We don't have more above 69, right? We don't have anything holding this up. So good to see this come in here. It's good to see more bid liquidity come in above 67 for sure. And I would say we need to see more of that to make this move sustainable. Now, also keep in mind that we did have a little bit of help on this move. Let me go back to the weekly for that. We see a couple of blocks of ask liquidity were lifted here. At least actually at some point in time, these blocks were moved up here, right? And that made way for the move. And then guess what happened? Pumped up, and then it looks like they dropped it right back down to knock price back down here. So keep that in mind. You do see whale buying here, which is good to see. Purple whales are buying, brown whales are buying. Those are all net positives. They buy into liquidity too, right? That means they're comfortable with this range, and they're buying into the liquidity because they do think that ultimately things could be moving up. That is the macro sentiment. I think safe to say that long-term sentiment seems to be bullish for the market. I think most of us agree on that. What happens between now and then remains to be seen. I do think that if we do not see more bid liquidity coming in here above 69K, we want to see full candles above this level. Oh, wrong chart. We want to see full candles above this level for sure. And consolidating up here, I think would be very, very healthy. Even consolidating here where we're at now, I think is very healthy. And I think those tighter consolidation ranges are what we're looking for. And then we can have a chance to go after this all-time high up here. But to expect that to be a fast move, I don't think is a reasonable expectation. The fact that we did just recover back from 69K, I honestly think that's short-lived until, well, let me just say this. This could be the move, right? This could develop into something more. But until we start seeing full candles above this, then I'm not confident in that. And today, with today's move up through it, today was never going to be the day we got the full candle, right? So tomorrow would be the first day we could see a full candle body above here. That means we would need a daily close above 69K and then potentially start building from here. And I want to see, look at all the times that we've been up there and wicked through it. So when I say full candle bodies, I mean full candle bodies with no wicks back below. Those wicks below have been signs of weakness each and every time. And I don't see any reason why this time will be any different, unless, of course, we see that liquidity changing and we see more bid liquidity coming in here. But at the moment, it looks like things are getting suppressed once again. But, and here's the big but, is that whales are buying into it. So we'll watch and see how things develop from here, guys. But nonetheless, an exciting day to see this move above 69K to start the week. Let's see if we get that close there. And let's see if we get more bid liquidity in here to help us out. Going to wrap it at that, guys, for the day. Obviously, if I see any major changes happening later on in the day, I'll keep you guys updated. If you appreciate the content, please, by all means, comment, engage, share, smash all the buttons and help me grow the channel. I definitely appreciate that. And most importantly, what I appreciate the most is your comments. Love reading them, love engaging with you guys. So please keep those comments coming. Let me just check real quickly before I wrap to see if I got anybody in here. Hey, Wakas, thanks for, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I appreciate you following and supporting. Thanks for following along. And with that, I'm going to wrap it, guys. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic week. Trade safe and trade profitably.